Hi, good evening, viewers. You're watching Sunset Television, and this is the news with me, Rashika. In the next half an hour, we get you national and international news. Let's begin the bulletin with headlines of the day. 10,000 crore redevelopment plan approved for New Delhi, Ahmedabad, and CSMT Mumbai stations. Facilities like roof plaza and food court to be added. Central staff get a Diwali gift. DA hiked by 4%. Prime Minister Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana extended till December. Retired Lieutenant General Anil Chauhan named new Chief of Defence Staff. Five-year ban on PFI and associated organizations. Action on the basis of evidence found during raids and reports of agencies. Hurricane Ian nears Florida coast in US. People are advised to take precautions. Power supply disrupted due to storm in Cuba. A quick look now at some other news in our flash segment. Chandigarh International Airport renamed Shahid Bhagat Singh International Airport on his 115th birth anniversary. On the 18th Foundation Day of the National Disaster Management Authority, Home Minister Amit Shah says NDMA playing key role in making India disaster resilient. Indian fertilizer companies sign MOU with prominent global potash supplier Canpotex Canada. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman releases digital comic books for younger generation on the importance of taxes in English, Hindi, Tamil, Telugu and Gujarati languages. India and US need to encourage reliable supply chains through policy decisions and practical measures, says EAM Dr. S. Jaishankar. India and Australia to boost relationship in diverse sectors, says Prime Minister Modi. Holds talks with Australian counterpart Anthony Albanese in Tokyo. Union Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Minister Narendra Singh Tomar on a 3-day visit to Bali for G20 summit. Prime Minister Modi congratulates Giorgia Meloni on winning elections in Italy. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman appointed Prime Minister in cabinet reshuffle by King Salman. Sports Ministry extends last date to submit application for National Sports Awards till 1st October. Now more news in detail. Ahead of Diwali, the Union Cabinet has approved 4% additional installment of dearness allowance and dearness relief to central government employees and pensioners. The move will be effective from 1st of July 2022 and will benefit about 41.85 lakh central government employees and 69.76 lakh pensioners. The combined impact on the exchequer on account of both DADR would be of the order of rupees 12,852.56 crore rupees per annum and rupees 8,568.36 crore in the current financial year.
मंत्रिमंडल ने 1 जुलाई 2022 से देय केंद्र सरकार के कर्मचारियों और पेंशन भोगियों को 4% की दर से महंगाई भत्ते और महंगाई राहत की अतिरिक्त किस्त जारी करने की मंजूरी दी है। सालाना 12,852 करोड़ रुपए का बोझ सरकारी खजाने पर पड़ेगा।
The Union Cabinet has extended the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana for another 3 months from October to December this year. Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur said that 44,762 crore rupees will be spent over the next 3 months on the scheme. The scheme provides 5 kg of wheat and rice free of cost to 80 crore poor every month in April 2020. It will now run through 31st of December 2022. The government has spent approximately 3,45,000 crore rupees so far under the scheme.
5 किलो अनाज प्रति व्यक्ति प्रति माह 25 महीनों तक देने का काम किया। अब इसको विस्तार अगले 3 महीने यानी कि अक्टूबर से लेके दिसंबर 2022 तक किया गया है। इसमें अब तक कुल मिलाकर 3,45,000 करोड़ रुपए का खर्चा पहले से छठे चरण तक आया है और ये सातवां चरण जो अक्टूबर से दिसंबर 2022 तक का है, इस पर 44,762 करोड़ रुपए की अनुमानित सब्सिडी होगी।
The Union Cabinet has approved rupees 10,000 crore for the redevelopment of New Delhi, Ahmedabad and Mumbai's Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus railway station. Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav said that design of these stations will be in tune with the cityscape so that it becomes an integral part of the city. The redevelopment work of these three railway stations will be completed between 2 to 3 years. As many as 199 stations with a footfall of 50 lakh per day are planned to be redeveloped in the first phase. While the tender for 47 stations is out, work is underway at 32 stations. The railway minister said the design will include a spacious roof plaza with all passenger amenities in one place, along with spaces for retail, cafeterias and recreational facilities.
टोटल देश के 199 स्टेशंस का रीडेवलपमेंट का काम चल रहा है, जिसमें बेसिकली 50 लाख से ऊपर जहां ट्रैफिक है, फुटफॉल है साल का, उन सब स्टेशंस को एक साथ लिया जा रहा है और जैसे जैसे इसमें प्रोग्रेस होगी उसके नीचे 50 के बाद में 10 लाख से ऊपर वालों को भी नेक्स्ट फेज में लिया जाएगा। इसमें से 47 स्टेशंस के टेंडर निकल चुके हैं और 32 स्टेशंस पे काम फिजिकली चालू हो चुका है।
The government has appointed retired Lieutenant General Anil Chauhan as the new Chief of Defence Staff, more than 9 months after the post fell vacant following the death of General Bipin Rawat. The Defence Ministry issued a statement announcing the appointment of Lieutenant General Chauhan. The CDS will also function as the Secretary to the Government of India, Department of Military Affairs. In a career spanning over nearly 40 years, Lieutenant General Anil Chauhan had held several command, staff and instrumental appointments. He has had extensive experience in counter-insurgency operations in Jammu and Kashmir and Northeast India. The government banned Popular Front of India and several of its associates for 5 years under the stringent anti-terror law. The Union Home Ministry said there had been many instances of international linkages of PFI with global terrorist groups like ISIS. Besides PFI, other organizations banned under the Unlawful Activities Act include Rehab India Foundation, Campus Front of India, All India Imams Council, National Confederation of Human Rights Organization, National Women's Front, Junior Front, Empower India Foundation and Rehab Foundation, Kerala. More than 150 people allegedly linked with PFI were detained or arrested in raids across 7 states on Tuesday. The raids came 5 days after a pan-India crackdown against a 16-year-old group. Over 100 PFI activists were arrested and several dozen properties were seized during the raids. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that Ram Temple in Ayodhya is not just about reclaiming the glory of our heritage, but also about a new chapter of redevelopment. Addressing the inaugural ceremony of Bharat Ratna Lata Mangeshkar Chowk in Ayodhya virtually, the Prime Minister said that the construction of Ram Temple is going to be completed very soon. He said that just like Ayodhya kept Lord Ram alive for ages, the bhajans and songs of Lata Mangeshkar have also kept him alive in the hearts of millions of people. The famous Naya Ghat Chauraha in Ayodhya has been renamed as Lata Mangeshkar Chowk, where a 40 feet long veena weighing 14 tons has been installed.
साधना लता जी ने की, वरदान हम सबको मिला। अयोध्या में लता मंगेशकर चौक पर स्थापित की गई मां सरस्वती की ये विशाल वीणा संगीत की उस साधना का प्रतीक बनेगी।
And in other news, Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot was scheduled to visit Delhi on Wednesday to meet the Congress High Command in New Delhi amid suspense over whether he will file nomination for the post of party president. Gehlot's visit comes a day after the Congress issued show cause notices to 3 of his loyalists Rajasthan ministers Shanti Dhariwal, Mahesh Joshi and Dharmendra Rathore for their grave indiscipline. The party's disciplinary committee has asked the three to explain within 10 days why action should not be initiated against them after the observers for Rajasthan, Mallikarjun Kharge and Ajay Maken, in their report to party chief Sonia Gandhi, charged them with gross indiscipline. The action came after 82 MLAs participated in a parallel meeting at Dhariwal's residence in Jaipur and laid down conditions to the party. They also did not attend the official legislature party meeting convened to appoint a successor to Gehlot. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla inaugurated the new building of the Women's Commerce College run by Maharashtra Girls Education Society in Pune. He also named the college as Durga Bai Mukund Das Lohia College. On the occasion, Birla said that women are leading the way from panchayat to the post of president with their skills and strength. He stressed on the need for a campaign to educate senior citizens who are illiterate.
छत्रपति शिवाजी का नाम लेते हैं तो हमारी पीढ़ी भी और हमारी नौजवान पीढ़ी भी के अंदर एक स्वाभिमान जागता है, एक आत्मविश्वास जागता है, शौर्य साहस की प्रेरणा मिलती है.
Winners of various competitions organized by Rajya Sabha Secretariat during the Hindi fortnight from 14th to 20th September were facilitated on Wednesday. Secretary General of Rajya Sabha P.C. Modi distributed the prizes to the participants. He said that while September may be the month when we celebrate the official language, but the use, learning and the application of Hindi is a constant facet in our daily life.
हिंदी की सेवा और कामकाज में हिंदी का प्रयोग कोई एक दिन या एक माह का विषय नहीं है. सरकारी कामकाज में हिंदी का प्रयोग तभी बढ़ेगा जब हम अपने रोजमर्रा के कार्यों में अधिकाधिक हिंदी का प्रयोग प्रारंभ करेंगे.
And now a look at other news from across the nation. Rajya Sabha Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar administered the oath of membership of Rajya Sabha to two newly elected members, Biplab Kumar Deb and Ghulam Ali. Biplab Deb is a former Chief Minister of Tripura, while Ghulam Ali has been nominated to the upper house. The oath-taking ceremony was held in the chairman's chamber. The centre has further extended the last date for the export of broken rice to October 15. The deadline was earlier extended from September 15 to September 30th. Notably, the government had banned exports of broken rice on September 8 to check the supplies in the domestic market. At least 8 people died and more than 25 were injured after a truck and a private bus headed to Lucknow collided in Uttar Pradesh's Lakhimpur Kheri. The bus was headed from Dharuhera to Lucknow. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath rushed senior officials to the spot to ensure proper treatment for the injured. The President, Vice President, Prime Minister and Speaker of Lok Sabha expressed grief over the accident. After the approval of the Odisha government, the documents of more than 60,000 acres of land in the name of Lord Jagannath will be digitized. Outside Odisha, the largest land parcel of over 322 acres is in West Bengal, while Maharashtra has over 28 acres, Madhya Pradesh over 25 acres, Andhra Pradesh 17, Chhattisgarh 1.7 acres and Bihar 0.27 acre, official sources have said. India and the Netherlands have formulated a mechanism for faster resolution of investment cases of Dutch companies operating here in the country, an official statement has said. The Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade and the Embassy of the Netherlands have signed a joint statement to formalize a bilateral fast-track mechanism. In West India, the National Investment Promotion and Facilitation Agency is the executing body of the FTM. Now news from the world of business and economy. The CBI conducted searches at 6 locations in Delhi and Noida after registering an FIR against the Amrapali Silicon City Private Limited for alleged bank fraud of Rs 177 crore. Forensic audit of the company's account books reportedly showed that rupees 73 crore of funds were diverted by selling flats at prices lesser than construction cost. The bank alleged that the company has committed fraud, forgery and misappropriated the loan amount worth rupees 177 crore excluding interest. Gautam Adani-led Adani Group and Mukesh Ambani's Reliance Industries have reportedly signed an agreement of not hiring talents from each other. The no poaching agreement came into effect from May this year and will be applicable to all their group companies. Both conglomerates recently announced plans to make big investments. Gold prices fell to a near 7-month lows in the Indian market to settle at 49,081 rupees per 10 gram, while silver tumbled 0.7% to settle below 55,000 per kilogram levels. Bank, metal, energy and financial stocks declined as the BSE Sensex lost 509 points to close at 56,598.28 points, while NSE Nifty lost 150 points to settle at 16,858. Dr. Reddy's, Asian Paints and Sun Pharma made marginal gains, while ITC, Hindalco and JSW Steel lost more than 3%. Asian markets suffered huge losses between 3 to 4% as the Hang Seng Index tumbled 3.4%, while Kospi in Taiwan lost up to 2.5%. European and US stocks remained steady with gains of up to 1.2%. Now time for a short break in the bulletin. Stay tuned for more news on the other side.
आपके सांसद में इस बार देखिए उच्च सदन में यूपी का प्रतिनिधित्व करने वाले राज्यसभा सांसद डॉक्टर अनिल अग्रवाल की कहानी उन्हीं की जुबानी। शुक्रवार शाम 7:30 बजे सिर्फ सनसेट टीवी पर।
We are discussing the Securities and Exchange Board of India Act 1992.
I want you to imagine what would have been the position if there was no SEBI Act and no SEBI. There would have been complete pandemonium. The strong would have walked over the weak in the securities market.
It protects the investors and it develops the market and also regulates the market so that all stakeholders of the market and the security holders are all protected.
Watch with us, 75 years, laws that shaped India.
Welcome back to the news. Now time for all the updates from the Russia-Ukraine war front. Russian-installed officials in 4 occupied regions of Ukraine have claimed victory in a referendum on joining Russia. The vote has been denounced as sham and illegitimate by Ukraine and the Western nations and a pretext for Russia to annex Ukrainian territory. Russia, meanwhile, is preparing to annex the 4 occupied regions. Here are more details.
Russian-installed officials in Ukraine's Donetsk region have declared victory in a referendum on joining Russia. Claiming over 99% votes in favor, Denis Pushilin, the head of the self-proclaimed Donetsk People's Republic, termed it a historic day for the region. After 5 days of voting, Russia-backed officials in all 4 regions have reported huge majorities in favor of Kremlin-orchestrated referendums. In Luhansk, pro-Moscow authorities claim that 98% residents in the region voted to join Russia. 93% of the ballots cast in the Zaporizhia region and 87% in the Kherson region supported the referendum, according to pro-Russian authorities. Ukraine and the West have called it an illegitimate, coercive exercise to create a legal pretext for Russia to annex the 4 regions. Ukraine has also said that voting was carried out at gunpoint in several places. Terming it a farce, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that Ukraine would defend its people still living under occupation in the 4 areas. Zelensky also told the Security Council that the results were predetermined and called for Russia to be excluded from all international organizations. Meanwhile, the United States said it will introduce a resolution at the United Nations Security Council calling on member states not to recognize any altered status of Ukraine. European Union's foreign policy chief, Josep Borrell, has also called Russia's vote illegal and violation of Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The referendums were organized hastily after Ukraine recaptured large swathes of the northeast. Russian President Vladimir Putin is expected to address Russia's parliament about the votes on Friday, after which the lawmakers could consider annexation legislation. Bureau Report, Sunset TV.
And now news from other parts of the globe. The European Union has said leaks in two major gas pipelines from Russia to Europe were caused by sabotage. It also said deliberate disruption would result in the strongest possible response. Ukraine earlier went further, accusing Russia of a terrorist attack. Here is our report.
Gas leaks have been detected in Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2, the two undersea gas pipelines that Russians sponsored to build to supply gas to Europe. The incident raised fresh tensions between Russia and Europe. The Kremlin said sabotage of the pipelines cannot be ruled out at this stage. The simultaneous damage to the pipelines in a single day was unprecedented. It is not immediately possible to estimate how long the repairs would take, according to Nord Stream AG. A Kremlin spokesman said the situation of pipelines will affect the energy security of the whole of Europe. Pressure drop of the two pipelines on the same day highlighted a tense situation. The German side did not know the cause of the pressure drop, but Germany's gas supply security has not been affected. The current gas storage is about 91% of the maximum capacity. Sweden and Denmark have set up crisis teams, while German authorities are in close contact with them to investigate the accident. Measuring stations in Sweden registered strong underwater explosions in the same area of sea as the gas leaks that occurred on Monday. Nord Stream 2 had just been completed and filled with 300 million cubic meters of gas when Germany cancelled it just days before the start of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Nord Stream 1 is shut since the beginning of September. Bureau Report, Sunset TV.
Scientists from China seem to be on course to prove that Mars might once have had water. A team of Chinese scientists revealed there might be possible traces of water on Mars. The observation was based on the study of the data collected from China's first Mars mission, the Tianwen-1. A rover named Churong that landed on the planet helped in this discovery. Take a look.
A team of Chinese scientists have found possible traces of water-based activities beneath the surface of Mars through data obtained by the exploratory rover Zhurong. The findings have been published in the international science journal Nature. The Zhurong rover of China's Tianwen-1 mission touched down last May on the southern Utopia Planitia, a vast plain on the northern hemisphere of Mars, which is the largest recognized impact basin on the planet. The site may once have held a massive ancient ocean, suggesting that a habitable environment may have existed early on the red planet. The findings from the Zhurong rover, which is equipped with radar that can scan underground materials along its path to a depth of 80 meters, have helped shed new light on the makeup of what lies beneath the Martian surface. So far, Chinese scientists have only carried out extensive research into data from the rover's first 113 days on Mars, when it had traveled a distance of 1,171 meters. But researchers say they are already enthusiastic by what they have found. The Tianwen-1 Mars probe touched down at its pre-selected landing area on the Utopia Planitia on May 15, 2021. And with all the data rolling in, the scientists say they could unlock more knowledge about the red planet in the near future. Bureau Report, Sunset TV.
Now in more global news, The IMF has urged the UK government to re-evaluate a package of unfunded tax cuts that it says may fuel inflation and are likely to increase economic inequality. Experts said the IMF statement was prompted by both the implications for the global economy of the UK shooting itself in the foot and wanting to show that it is even-handed in its criticism of economic policies. North Korea fired a ballistic missile toward its eastern waters on Wednesday. South Korea said a day before US Vice President Kamala Harris is to visit the South. South Korea gave no details such as when and where the weapon was fired and how far it traveled. The launch is the second by North Korea this week. Harris is to arrive in South Korea on Thursday for talks with President Yoon Suk-yeol. The United Nations Secretary General called on Iran early to refrain from using unnecessary or disappropriate force against protests as unrest over a young woman's death in police custody spread across the country. Protests have spread across at least 46 cities, towns and villages in Iran. State TV reported that at least 41 protests and police have been killed since the protest began on September 17. At least 3 Palestinians were killed and 9 wounded during an Israeli military raid on Wednesday in the occupied West Bank town of Jenin. The Palestinian Health Ministry said. The Israeli military said that troops arrived at the Jenin refugee camp to arrest 2 Palestinians suspected of involvement in recent shooting attacks. When soldiers surrounded a house in the camp, an explosive device detonated and a gunfight ensued. Israeli security forces said that they fatally shot the 2 Palestinian suspects. In the US, Hurricane Ian has become an extremely dangerous Category 4 storm as it approaches Florida's west coast. The US National Hurricane Center said Ian now has top sustained winds of 140 miles per hour. The major hurricane has prompted warnings of possibly dangerous storm surge along the state's heavily populated Gulf Coast from Bonita Beach to the Tampa Bay region. Now time for our sports segment. India has been set a target of 107 by South Africa in the first T20 international being played in Thiruvananthapuram. South Africa recovered from 5 wickets down for 9 to reach 106 for 8. Arshdeep Singh took 3 for 22. India were 29 for 2 a short while back. Indian batter Surya Kumar Yadav jumped a place to reach a career best, equaling second position in the latest ICC Men's T20 International Player Rankings issued today. Surya Kumar now has 801 rating points. Indian captain Rohit Sharma also moved up 1 place to 13th position after scores of 46 not out and 17 in the second and third T20 international against Australia. India suffered a 0-3 thrashing at the hands of a higher-ranked Vietnam in the second and final match of the Hung Thinh friendly football tournament in Ho Chi Minh City on Tuesday. Lionel Messi marked his 100th international victory with 2 goals as Argentina edged closer to Italy's world record unbeaten streak with a 3-0 defeat of Jamaica in a World Cup warm-up friendly. That's all we have time for in this bulletin. Stay tuned to Sunset Television for all the latest updates. Good night.